Your testimonials are worth more than your product itself. And if you're not using them correctly, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. So let's discuss this right now. Okay, it's something called brand equity. And so brand equity comes from testimonials, it comes from social proof, it comes from case studies, right? And basically customer success, right? When your customers are winning, when your clients are winning, and you're able to showcase that to the rest of the world, everything in the business becomes easier, right? And not only that, but you can also charge higher prices and people stay for longer. And so that is all influenced by brand leverage. So in this video, we're going to discuss that in depth, okay? So let's jump into it. So basically, there is something that is helpful to do, right? When starting out, if you're someone starting out with your business, or let's say your business has just been in the startup phase for many years, and most businesses never leave this startup phase, right? They're always on the takeoff part of the the run strip of the airport, right? Or of the airplane journey. They never even leave the airplane run strip, right? And they're just running in circles. And the reason why is because their competitors are able to beat them, right? And they're not able to scale. And it's because they don't have brand equity. And so what solves this is having social proof and testimonial videos, right? And actually, someone like Alex Hormozi, he is sort of infamous for saying that, your first couple clients, they should be free. And the reason why he says just take on free clients is because what you're getting in exchange is brand equity, right? And so to some extent, I do completely agree with that. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the free part because you don't have to charge it for free. For example, if you are not working a full-time job and you need to put food on your table, then, maybe charging free is not practical for you. However, if you're starting your business part-time and you're working another job, then yeah, I would do free, because the only thing is the less resistance you have, the higher your closing rates are going to be, the more clients you're going to be able to onboard in a shorter period of time, which just reduces the time delay between getting those testimonial videos. And so in Hormozi's example, he's just reducing the time delay as much as possible, right? Like non-existent. But yeah, it's totally possible to charge money. Just charge it at a lower rate, so that you can ultimately have the highest closing rate possible while still making some profit. And then what you want to do is pretty much use your brand equity as your North Star. So essentially, I run by a rule, which is every 5 testimonial videos I have, I can increase pricing by 20%. Right? And it doesn't have to be 20%, but you can basically do a price increase every 5 testimonial videos you have. Because a testimonial video is pretty much like undeniable proof that what you do actually works, right? I don't like putting screenshots necessarily. Like, we can use screenshots. Let's say if we have a win in the Slack channel, or someone just gives good feedback via text or something, yeah, you can have that as a screenshot, but I wouldn't use that as a guiding indicator, right? It can just be additional. And so if you have those, definitely add them, because it adds leverage regardless. But really the guiding principle would be, or the North Star indicator would be, how many testimonial videos do we have, right? Of a client actually saying something good about the company and the brand. Because ultimately, the fastest, it's sort of like the equilibrium, if you want to call it that, right? The part on the graph where you'll hit the sweet spot for conversions is 30 testimonial videos. If you can have 30 testimonial videos, now I want you to imagine this. You have your whatever asset at the top, and then you have underneath that, right on your sales page, let's say you have a row of 4, okay, testimonial videos, and you can have let's say 8 or 7 of those underneath each other, right? 7 rows of 4 testimonial videos each. When you have that, that's enough social proof where someone is it reaches the point of undeniability, where it's I don't know who this person is, I don't know who this company is, but they have enough proof that it's I can't argue with whether they know what they're doing or not, right? And it won't necessarily be a direct conversation in the prospect's mind, but on a subconscious level, that is absolutely what they're thinking on a micro time frame, right? Let's say in that 5-second, 10-second time span when they are looking at your website for the first time, it will be a massive difference in conversions. And so I associate this as the second highest lever in the business. The first highest lever that I've discussed in a previous video as well is EBITDA. It's annual EBITDA of the company. Why? Because it's got leverage on itself, right? Which is a multiplier. So typically we'll have you can get 5 times multiple on your annual EBITDA in terms of company valuation. And you can actually sell the shares of the company at that valuation, right? So that's your highest lever for sure. If you just focus on increasing that, that's the highest lever. And the highest, most valuable way to spend your time. The second highest lever from that is brand equity. It's, if you're under 30 testimonial videos, it's getting to 30 testimonial videos. If you just spend all of your time and attention getting that done, then that is the second highest lever. Because everything is influenced by that, okay? And I would say the third highest lever arguably would be the offer. I would say that's number 3, but it comes before brand equity. Because you could have a shitty offer, but you could have 30 testimonial videos and it would still beat the offer, in my opinion. But neither of those things beat the power of just stacking EBITDA with a shitty offer and no testimonial videos. But you could just have a really low hanging fruit offer and sell the crap out of it, right? And you could still stack EBITDA. And so, yeah, I would say those are the 3 top levers. So brand equity, what we're discussing in this video, is the second highest lever. It's the second most valuable thing you can spend your time doing. And hardly anyone does it. Most agencies, most companies, they lack the social proof. And so essentially what ends up happening is you have to charge lower prices because you're competing for price. You also have lower conversions on every single link in the chain. So your marketing is more expensive because less people raise their hands. Less people who raise their hands, aka opportunities, convert onto a sales call. You have less people attending, so less percentage of sales calls that are booked actually get attended. And then your overall credibility of attended calls is less, right? People just take it less seriously, so your closing rates are lower too. And then due to all of that, well, not due to, but compounded on all of that, multiplied by that, would be a lower price. So everything is just lower. Now, alternatively, if you do have higher brand equity and you have, let's say, 30 testimonial videos, all of those things I just mentioned, every single one of those links in the chain are higher. They're increased, okay? So you're able to do the same amount of marketing, get the same amount of impressions, right? And you're able to get more people raising their hands. You're able to get more of them, a higher percentage of them to convert, of those that raise their hands. A higher percentage of those that actually convert will attend the sales call. They'll have more credibility, meaning higher closing rates, and you can charge higher prices. Meaning, oh, and then the last lever and like dial or whatever you want to say, like last link in the chain is retention. It's like, how long do they actually stay for? The thing is, when you have low brand equity and low social proof, they stay for a shorter time period. And when you have more brand equity, they stay for longer. You can actually retain the client for much longer, which ultimately changes overall the LTV and the LTGP per customer. Because when you're able to charge more, you have more profit, meaning your gross profit is higher per dollar of revenue, okay? This is huge. And because you have to charge lower prices in the beginning, your gross profit, and especially lifetime gross profit, is dramatically lower. So if we're looking in the opposite form, it's like when you can have higher brand equity, not only is your revenue higher, but your gross profit is significantly higher, right? And guys, that is why brand equity is the second highest lever in the business. And brand equity influences EBITDA, right? Like dramatically, which is the highest lever. So yeah, it's very, very powerful. And this is why it is 100% worth your time to focus on increasing brand equity. So I would say any agency that is under 30, case studies, your number one priority is just get to 30, because that equilibrium will just hit and everything will be easier. Not only will it be easier, but things will flow smoother, which is easier, but you'll also have more profit that you're sitting on, and everything will just, you'll have a happier day, okay? And the reason why most businesses do fail and struggle is because they're under that equilibrium, right? They're under that curve on the graph, that sweet spot. And so, so hopefully I stuck to the promise in this video, and I stuck to the promise in the title and the first couple seconds of this video. But it is literally leaving money on the table if you're not implementing this. And if you do implement this, everything can change for you. So hopefully that helps. If you need one-on-one help, just book a call, and you can get one-on-one consulting or coaching. Link for that is in the description. So just you can apply for that. And other than that, have a great day further, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, and peace.